Hey friends, Hugh Williams here. I haven't been live for quite some time, and I've kind of slowed down my YouTube videos recently, just primarily because I've got so much going on. But I decided to jump on here. I made the last minute decision to participate in Inktober. So currently we're on day 5 of Inktober, and we're doing Husky. The word husky, yeah. So a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation followed along with that. So I decided to put together this little short video and show you what I'm working on. So enjoy. Uh, got a little bit of motivational YouTube type content playing in the background, so feel free to listen to a little bit of that as we go, if you can hear it. It's great that you know it's possible in the first place. If you don't manage your mind, then it's going to keep giving to you what it's already got. Where you are today is a function of your mind. You are the expression of all that's in your mind, the workings of your mind. That's who you are. Your personality is the expression of your mind. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. In other words, it is the thinking of the person that makes them see circumstances differently. People ask me, how am I doing? My answer is, I have no problems. I haven't had a problem for the last 35 years. Why? Because nothing in my life is a problem. That'd be nice, right? Nothing in your life's a problem. Of an opportunity to grow. If you call opportunity it a problem, to grow. It's a negative. If you see it as an opportunity, it becomes a positive. How do you think? Write this down. Attitude is a product of belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. So your attitude comes from your belief system. The lion is the king because of what he believes about himself and what he believes about the elephant and the giraffe. He believes that they are lunch, and he believes he can eat them. His belief system controls the whole situation when they meet. No amount of promotion or associations with rich people or smart people can ever substitute for the right attitude. As a matter of fact, your development is determined by, number one, your perception of who you are. Number two, by why you think you exist. And number three, these are very important, your sense of significance. I am giving you my secret to life right here. You got to first change your perception of who you are. And that starts with a belief system. Secondly, you must change your perception of why you think you exist. And number three, your sense of significance. Once you discover, no matter where you are right now, it doesn't matter. I don't care what situation you're in now, where you're working, or what situation you're in. If you get these three things to come alive, number one, your perception of who you are. You've got to change it. And most of our perceptions are other people's concepts of us, and therefore we don't have self-concept, we got other concepts. What is your perception of who you are? And the second one, why do you think you exist? You've got to discover that you were born for something. Some reason, there's some purpose for your life. If you don't discover that, you'll always have a job, and we'll bury you in an average grave with an average tombstone. And you must develop a sense of significance in your life. Discover that you are important to the human race, you are important to the world, you are important to your universe. When I had to grapple with that question, it was tough. Because I've been taught by society, like you have, that you are just a social security number or some NIB number, or you're some just kind of a worker in the system. But that's not true. You were born to do something very significant in the world. And you have to get to the point where you believe that. You can have potential, but if you don't have the belief, your potential becomes a victim of your present belief. Remember the elephant? The elephant has great power. But what makes him afraid of the lion is his belief system. Belief is so powerful, it can make an elephant act like a sheep in the presence of a lion. Your life, how you live, what you do, the character of your words, the totality of your personality, its expression
So managing your mind is the primary principle for increasing your value and multiplying your success and upgrading your state. You know, normally people who are insecure, whenever they meet somebody who is confident, they always call the confident arrogant. When you discover who you are, you can't help but be confident. I don't pretend, I don't try to have confidence. If you try, that means you ain't got it. It's you faking it. Confidence is a product of belief. What you believe about yourself determines the way you think about yourself, and the way you think about yourself is the way you behave. And you behave bold and confident and fearless because there's some things you discovered about you and about life that changed your perception. And that's what this session is about. It's about mentality. First of all, your attitude got to be right. Then you must marry that to attributes. That means gifts you were born with. Then you got to marry that to aptitude. That means now you got to educate and train those gifts. That's why you read and study and go to school, for your aptitude to be increased. And then your altitude means you got to change the level of associations you are in. You know, it's amazing. When you change your aptitude, you normally want to change your altitude. Is you have to appreciate the fact that no one is responsible for your life except you. I had to take charge of my life as a teenager. And at age 13, I discovered who I was. I became a problem to the whole family. My mom would say to me, she'd say, you are a different boy. You are a different child. But something happened to me at age 13. I discovered myself. Different was simply meaning you don't think like the rest of the kids. That's what it means. And remember, thinking is belief system being exposed. And therefore, I married my attitude and my attributes, and my aptitude changed, and I began to study for a different reason. And suddenly my altitude changed. I started attracting different types of friends. Sometimes you say, I've tried hard about this, I've prayed about this, I've done this, and I've done that, and I've done that, and I haven't had much success with it. What more can I do? Well, I'm saying to you, let's begin with mind management. Can we manage your mind? Can we get into your mind and see how it works, and see what files need to be deleted and what files need to be downloaded and installed? So what changes can we make in the structure of your thinking? I studied eagles intensely. I got a whole series on eagles because you must study to understand life. And I discussed with eagles. They said eagles can fly up to 3 to 4 miles in the sky. And do you know that when an eagle is flying at top flight, they say that if an eagle meets another bird in top flight, it has to be another eagle, because they're the only birds that can fly at that altitude. So here's a thought to take back to work with you. If you keep running into pigeons and ducks and tobacco doves, you are flying too low. Do you know what a pigeon is? Eagles never flock. You only find them one at a time. So if you keep attracting a gang of people around you at work, everybody want to bring gossip to you, cackling, you are in bad company. That's why I really want you to give yourself a big hand today, because to come here, you must be an eagle. You left the pigeons back at the office. Well, why are you going down there? Who do you think they are? They can't teach you nothing. That's a chicken talking. And they only fly when they're frightened. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God, and the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Then it goes in verse 8. Finally, brethren, this is not an addendum. He's going to tell us something that's so important in connection with all he's been talking about. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, says, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. You see, it didn't just tell us to renew our minds without telling us what to think about. He told us to change the fires in our mind. And then he told us what fires to download. So he told us what to think about. Imagine if we had this verse as a scripture that controls our mind. Look at it again. Verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true. How do you test truth? Whatsoever things are honest. Whatsoever things are just. Whatsoever things are pure. Whatsoever things are lovely. Oh boy. Whatsoever things are good reports. How many things have you listened to and they were not of good report and you kept thinking about them? They were not true. They were not honest. They were not pure. They were not of good report. Yet you centered your mind on them. And you wonder why you're unhappy. An unhappy pastor produces unhappy people. Unhappy congregation. I don't keep my mind on nasty things. I only think deeply on God's word. I don't have time to meditate on other things. Especially all those things that don't qualify him. People who criticize got time for it. And that's why I ignore them. I ignore my critics. Because they got time for it. I'm too busy. I'm too busy succeeding. I'm giving them something to criticize. The greatest revenge in life, they say, is success. Write this down. It's not ability. It's mentality. It's not ability. It's what? Mentality. That elephant and that hippopotamus has power. They got ability. Strength. Size. They got might. They got ability. What they lack is mentality. The lion got a different mentality, so he eats them for lunch. Write this down. What you think is more important than what you do. And so if you want to change, you got to work on this attitude. You know, trees are not in the soil. They are trapped in a seed. And every one of you is a seed that was sent to the planet to produce a tree to serve the world your fruit. That's why you were born. And deep inside of you is a person no one knows yet. And what you've done so far is just initiation process. That's why no one should cancel you yet, because you ain't quite come out yet. You know, a seed can be placed on a windowsill in your tiled bathroom and stay there for 50 years, and the tree never come out. Even though the seed has a tree, it is a victim of the environment. If you can just get that seed off that windowsill and put it in soil with a little bit of water, here comes the future. That's the way life is. You are no different from a seed. So coming to a summit like this and sitting among people like this is fertilizer. It's a seed bed. It's soil for you to put yourself in. Matter of fact, when you leave here, imagine you have to prepare yourself. You got to go back to those rocky people in your job. Rocks. I say rocks. You don't bother about what's happening around you. It doesn't matter who likes you and who doesn't like you. Are you listening to me? You see, at work or in business.
All right, friends. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Enjoy your Sunday. Much love. Be sure to follow me along. I'm going to finish this little illustration offline. Be posted soon. Check out Instagram at view_art. And I will see you later.